Hi everyone, it's May here in Canada. Spring has arrived, sun's out today, beautiful day, and there's a protest with SuperStore and food pricing. Loblaw's and all their affiliate brands, people have been asked to protest going there and stop buying their products for the month of May. I particularly would not normally protest against a company if I didn't have a problem with them, but I'm feeling everybody's pain just as much as you are. The pricing of food has gone right through the roof, and I want to see if I can help you out by telling you something that we can all benefit from, because barbecue season's coming up and you got to save some money on your meat products. Instead of going to the SuperStore, going to the other places, by doing this you can save a huge amount of money, and I mean huge. So basically what I've done here is I've gone out and I purchased a whole tenderloin, and I've also went out and bought a whole strip loin. These are whole primal cuts. Okay, very simple product to break down, clean up, and so save yourself a lot of money on steaks. Okay, if you're not familiar with your meats, and a lot of places they'll call them different things. This is a whole prime ribeye. Okay, beef ribeye. You're going to get your beef tenderloin from this. Okay, and if you're not familiar, part of your tenderloin is also in your T-bone steak. If you look at the two pieces together, a T-bone steak is a whole strip loin with a beef tenderloin on the other side of the bone, and now you have the two products here. If you combine them, you have a T-bone steak. Or if you flip it over to the thicker side, this is the thicker side, and if you cut it this way, this would be a porterhouse steak. You turn it around with the thinner side, which is the tail of the ribeye, you have a T-bone steak, where the ribeye part is less than 2 inches wide. That will be called a T-bone steak. The thicker portion, which uses the head of the ribeye, is going to be the porterhouse steak. You're paying a huge amount of money for those types of steaks, but you're paying also for the bone that's in those steaks. So let's stop paying for the bone. You're going to save yourself some money. Okay? Now, you're thinking, well, this is a lot of meat to go out and buy at one time. I said, yes, it is. It is. This beef tenderloin that we're going to be cutting up, okay, is $73. Okay, $22.46 a kilogram. If you were to buy this alone at the SuperStore, okay, this would cost you $260 with the untrimmed weight that I have here. Basically, there's not much fat to be trimmed off this. Some silver skin, some fat, very little. But when you compare $73 to $260, that is a big savings. Okay, savings of $186. I could go out and buy 2 more of these for the price, same price as I would buy for the whole piece from the SuperStore. Okay, let's flip to the strip loin steak. Okay, love New York strip loin steaks. Everybody's favorite on the barbecue. Okay, I can cut these puppies as thick as I want them, or I can have as thin as I want them. If I'm doing 2 steaks, one for me, one for my wife, I like to cook 2 steaks that are exactly the same size. I can do that here right now. I go to the SuperStore, I get a package of steaks that is one's thicker, one's smaller. Why they do that, I don't know. And when you do cut this, okay, you're going to get on one end, there's going to be part of the strip loin, there's going to be top sirloin attached to it. Okay, that's where the two muscles interconnect. Okay, and to get your sirloin is another part of the cow, and your strip loin is another part of the cow. But somewhere in between they attached. I went to the SuperStore today to check the prices. Okay, strip loin, $44 a kilogram. This here is $15.85 a kilogram. It's more than half price off. Okay, and all I have to do is take this and cut it. There's no bone in here, and I can cut it exactly the way I want it, and I'm saving a huge amount of money. I'm looking at, if I do not have any waste of fat and stuff like this on the strip loin, I'm going to save $188 just on this piece of meat by buying it as a whole piece like this. And where do I get this? I went to the Wholesale Club in Halifax. Okay, it's in by the Halifax Shopping Center, very close to that area there. It's in the back, close to the Rotary. The Wholesale Price Club. The membership doesn't cost anything, and I do believe you can go in as individuals and sign up for there. And I got this whole strip loin, this huge, whole prime cut of meat for $105. $105. It's amazing. So if I wanted, to spice it up with, two different pieces of meat, now I got, my ribeye here I can cook, or my strip loin, and I'm good for a long period of time here with all my meats that I can ever want. I can cut some of these pieces off, some of the scraps. I can add it to the hamburger that I already have just by grinding it up. If you have a grinder at home, some people have them that attach to their mixers, KitchenAid mixer, for instance, and you can add any scraps that you cut off with this and add it as hamburger. Okay, if you got a dog and any scraps, I'm sure the dog will just love you if you have any scraps that you cut off of this. But I'm going to do some more videos, and I'm going to show you how to cut this up. I'll do each one separate, 2 different videos, and we'll measure how much fat we actually have to cut off this and come up with how much actual savings we are ending up with. But right now, for this one, compared to the SuperStore's prices, I can buy another one of these and still have another $80 left over. So I'm sure you can see where the savings are. So your protest for May, go to the Wholesale Club and buy yourself a primal cut of beef and save yourself a lot of money this summer on your barbecues. Okay, have a good day, and we'll see what we can get from this steak. Okay, cheers.